Washington is tightening the vise. In a stark warning delivered behind closed doors, the United States is signaling it is ready to choke off Iraq's lifeline, its oil money, if political forces aligned with Iran enter the next government in Baghdad. According to reports, U.S. officials have repeatedly warned Iraqi leaders that access to billions of dollars in oil revenues held not in Baghdad but at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York could be frozen. A financial switch Washington alone controls. This is pressure without tanks, power without troops. The threat is part of President Donald Trump's revived maximum pressure campaign, a strategy aimed squarely at Iran and anyone seen as extending Tehran's influence across the region. From sanctions on Iranian oil to warnings of military retaliation to economic leverage over Iraq itself, the message is unmistakable. Fall in line or pay the price. Iraq's vulnerability is real. Nearly 90% of its national budget comes from oil revenues, all deposited under U.S. oversight since the 2003 invasion. Cutting access would paralyze the state overnight. Washington insists it supports Iraqi sovereignty, but draws a hard red line against Iran-backed factions, especially groups linked to the Popular Mobilization Units, forces that once fought Daesh but now sit at the center of Iraq's political fault lines. As Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani steps aside, the political ground is shifting. Old power brokers are circling back, and with them, Washington's pressure is rising. This is not diplomacy. This is economic warfare. A warning shot aimed at Tehran, delivered through Baghdad. The stakes are enormous, the leverage is absolute, and the region once again finds itself caught between American power and Iranian influence, with Iraq standing in the crossfire.
The Middle East is holding its breath. As a U.S. aircraft carrier strike group steams toward the region, Iran is sending an unmistakable warning to Washington. Any attack will be treated as all-out war. A senior Iranian official, speaking on condition of anonymity with Reuters, says Tehran is watching closely as American military assets move into position. The message is stark. There will be no room for interpretation this time. No shades of gray, no limits. According to the official, Iran hopes the growing U.S. military presence is not meant for confrontation, but hope, he says, does not equal trust. Iran's armed forces are now on high alert, preparing for what he calls the worst-case scenario. And the red line is clear. This time, the official says, any attack, limited, unlimited, surgical, kinetic, whatever they call it, will be treated as an all-out war against us. The response, he warns, would be severe, decisive, and meant to settle the conflict once and for all. The warning comes as U.S. President Donald Trump confirms that an American armada is heading toward Iran. While Trump says he hopes force will not be necessary, he renews sharp warnings to Tehran against killing protesters and against restarting its nuclear program. Iran, for its part, rejects intimidation. If American forces violate Iran's sovereignty or territorial integrity, the response will be immediate, the official says, though he stops short of revealing exactly how Tehran would retaliate. What he does make clear is Iran's mindset. A nation under constant military threat, he argues, has no choice but to ensure that every capability at its disposal can be used to push back and to restore balance against anyone who dares to strike. This is not the first time U.S. forces have surged into the Middle East during heightened tensions. Historically, Washington has described many of these deployments as defensive, but memories are fresh. Just last year, a similar buildup preceded U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear program, a moment that pushed the region to the edge. Now, with warships approaching and rhetoric hardening, the stakes are higher than ever, because if the next move is misread, it may not be a warning shot. It may be war.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That has often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out Tera,
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged
to stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.